Germany's education system, once a source of national pride, is facing a period of undeniable crisis. The migrant crisis has engulfed this sector of Germany as well. The narrative surrounding Germany's educational woes often overlooks a crucial detail: the massive influx of immigrants the system has absorbed. Since 2022, Germany has welcomed over 200,000 children fleeing the war in Ukraine, integrating them into the school system. This Herculean task has placed immense strain on educators and resources. And in today's video, we'll talk about this crisis in detail. Berlin. Berlin, once heralded as the pulsing heart of Europe, is it falling apart now? The country is in danger of collapsing due to the influx of newcomers. Berlin is currently on the verge of capacity due to its over 100,000 new arrivals, particularly the 100,000 plus Ukrainians who have moved there since February 2024. Shelters are overrun and city finances are tight. Berlin's strain is not the only one. All around Germany, cities are lamenting the housing shortage, with refugee housing being particularly hard to come by. The data presents a clear picture. Compared to the previous year, the number of new asylum seekers registered in the first 9 months roughly doubled. Most will remain in Berlin, though not all. It puts a great deal of strain on the community. According to reports, Germany's economy performed the lowest among wealthy countries in 2023. Irregular migration can play a role, even though migrants are not solely to blame. However, resolving these issues can be precarious. Charges of racism or anti-liberal sentiment are a persistent danger. Is this the dream for which the stoic Germans strived? Was this the end they had planned? There has to be action taken. The responsibility is primarily on Berlin's authorities. Their choices will have an impact elsewhere because Munich is also experiencing the vibrations of an impending immigration bubble burst. Munich. Munich's dam is in danger of breaking due to an influx of newcomers. The number of people applying for asylum is expected to reach record highs this year, not seen since the Syrian conflict-related migration crisis of 2015. With more than 3 million migrants now living in Germany, the highest number since World War II, Chancellor Scholz is under pressure from overburdened regions and towns in need of aid. Munich, a city renowned for its tenacity, think of dominant Bayern Munich, is also bearing the brunt of it. One of the most valued values, freedom, appears to be eroding for locals. Rents are soaring and housing is in short supply. The highest rent in Germany is €19 per square meter in Munich. Police reports of crimes rose to almost 60,000 in 2023 alone, indicating a surge in crime. Food banks are collapsing and homelessness is on the rise. Was it wise to take in more asylum seekers while Munich's own problems grow worse? Democracies are built on the noble ideal of helping others. But what about the taxpayers who are already in this country? Is Germany being burdened by the EU leadership, or is there another factor at work? Hamburg. Hamburg, a city previously renowned for its vibrant vitality, is shrouded in dark clouds. It was hit by a wave of refugees in 2015, just like many other European cities. 39,000 refugees remain in Hamburg, having welcomed 71,000 since then. These people came looking for peace after leaving war-torn Afghanistan, Syria, and other unstable places. Germany's financial hub, Hamburg, has opened its wallet several times to these new arrivals. A whopping €1 billion has been set aside for migrant assistance in their most recent budget, on top of an increase of €118.7 million previously. It seems honourable at first glance. Vulnerability is bred by global conflicts, and helping those in need is fundamental to human nature. But is Hamburg an isolated hero wearing dazzling armour? A weak local government seems to undermine justice. Hamburg's healthcare system is being squeezed by growing expenses, just like other essential services. Living costs skyrocket. Is it really reasonable to spend €1 billion on immigration while ignoring the needs of local population and infrastructure? There's a noticeable imbalance in the equation that leaves many perplexed. Is there a more fair way to divide this cost, or should Hamburg bear it all by itself? The people living in Frankfurt are asking the same queries. Frankfurt. After humming with tranquil progress in the 1970s, Frankfurt is currently experiencing a crisis. The progressive era seems like a distant memory. 2019 was a pivotal year. National indignation resulted from a horrifying event in which a migrant pushed a toddler in front of a train. The larger situation remained unclear, even as media attention to crimes involving migrants increased. In the present day, the streets of Frankfurt seem less safe. Due to the demand on resources caused by the migrant inflow, many people are homeless and living in tents. The overburdened city council finds it difficult to provide for the needs of the people. Yes, given the low rate of theft and house invasions, we do believe that the city's overall law and order is excellent. However, the issue of migration is really difficult, and you would discover that not many people were discussing this. Furthermore, this is a national problem, rather than merely a local one. Is Germany's much-praised integration initiative in trouble? Has rationality been neglected? A careful balance is where the core of the issue is found. Existing citizens' safety and well-being must coexist with compassion for immigrants. Is increasing integration-related resources the solution, or should Germany put more emphasis on tighter border security? A common goal and sane leadership are essential for the future. Is it possible for Germany to rekindle her progressivism and create a future where everyone wins? Time will tell. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what you see in our video. Essen. With the ferocious spirit of coal and steel, Essen was once a titan of German industry. The blue-collar rhythm of the city beat for generations of workers under the smoky sky. However, Essen has changed over time like a relentless tide. The quiet smokestacks are a menacing reminder of a time gone by. Essen has to deal with a new dilemma today, a migrant surge. There are many different and intricate causes for this inflow. Many, like the young Syrian woman Nadia, came hoping to escape their war-torn home countries. "I came here with nothing," she admits. "Just the clothes on my back and the hope for a safe future for my children." For others, like Turkish engineer Mehmet, the lure is economic potential. "In my country, there are few jobs for someone with my skills," he says. "Germany offers a chance to use my talents and build a better life." There is no denying that this inflow has changed Essen. A tapestry of cultures now graces the cityscape that was once dominated by industrial constructions. The streets are lined with new eateries that are a tribute to the city's changing tastes, offering spicy kebabs and aromatic curries. But there have been some growing pains associated with this transformation. "It's a nightmare trying to find an affordable apartment," admits lifelong resident Greta. According to her, landlords appear to favour renting to immigrants who are prepared to pay greater rent. Her unhappiness is not unique. There is a housing scarcity that affects both long-term residents and those looking to start over. Integration has its own set of difficulties. Linguistic difficulties can be a very difficult hurdle. "I feel alone," says Ahmed, an immigrant from Afghanistan who arrived recently. "It's hard to connect with people when you can't communicate properly." With limited resources, social services find it difficult to accommodate the rising demand for cultural orientation and language classes. Another issue of dispute is the effect of migration on the labour market. While some locals view newcomers as a possible supply of qualified labour to fill positions in particular industries, others worry that they might steal jobs from existing residents. Local store owner Hans contends, "We need young, qualified workers to keep our business thriving." Stuttgart. Stuttgart, which was formerly known for its innovative and excellent automotive industry, is currently facing a large influx of newcomers. The immigration offices in the city are beset by long queues of people who are trying to make a fresh start in the German metropolis. Even though the wait times right now might be shorter, resentment and irritation are still simmering beneath the surface. An acute housing scarcity is a pre-existing problem that is being directly impacted by this migration. It is nearly impossible to find a cheap flat in Stuttgart. Many people are forced to navigate a difficult and unpredictable property market, refer to their struggle as existential fear. The Stuttgart Tenants Association claims that the term panicking real estate market is accurate. Housing is not the only place under strain. The integration of a varied student body with a range of linguistic proficiency presents a challenge to the already overburdened educational system. Hospitals also express feelings of overwhelm and worry about the number of patients they can accommodate and their access to care. The most frequently asked question is the infrastructure of the city becoming overextended? What do you think about this? What would be the best course of action? Duisburg. Duisburg, a historic centre of Germany's Ruhr Valley industry, faces a housing challenge distinct from the recent migrant crisis. Unlike some other German cities, Duisburg's struggle isn't necessarily due to a surge in newcomers. Instead, the roots of the problem might lie in the city's industrial past. The existing housing stock may not cater to the needs of a modern workforce in emerging sectors. Additionally, national trends in Germany, like rising construction costs or lack of affordable housing incentives, could be impacting Duisburg as well. Although Duisburg's population hasn't seen a dramatic rise, stagnant numbers don't equate to affordability. The city's status as Europe's largest inland port, a potential economic engine, could be limited by a lack of suitable housing for skilled workers in this crucial sector. Offenbach. Offenbach, Frankfurt's neighbour across the main river, faces a housing crisis that can't be simply blamed on proximity. While Frankfurt's economic boom might play a role, Offenbach's situation likely has its own causes. The city has a surplus of vacant office space from its industrial past. Could converting these buildings into housing help? Offenbach's status as a university city might also contribute to the strain. With student numbers on the rise, are there enough student housing options, or are students competing with residents for limited apartments? Additionally, Offenbach's role as a bedroom community for Frankfurt commuters could be a factor. Does the city's infrastructure adequately handle the influx of residents who work across the river? Examining these unique aspects is essential to crafting solutions specifically for Offenbach. Are the issues resulting from Offenbach resolved? What do you think? Tell us in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed our content, don't forget to like and subscribe.